What's going on, YouTube? I've got the Kanger SubTank Mini here for a first impression video. I've been vaping on this bad boy for almost 24 hours. Went out and got this yesterday at one of my local shops. I talked to the lady. It was a toss-up for me between the original SubTank and the Mini. Mini is a little bit smaller. I wanted the original SubTank for the juice capacity. This works just as well. This comes standard with 4.5. It's marketed towards 4.5 mils of juice. I did some tests yesterday and measured it out. I do my own do-it-yourself juice, and so I had a bunch of syringes laying around, so I measured it out, and it's not 4.5 mils of juice. It came in at about 4.2 mils of juice, which isn't too bad. You know, I understand, but they're marketing. Do I think it's right? No, they should put the exact amount, or their measurement of the exact amount, because there's no way you can get 4.5 mils of juice in here. I got 4.2. So, with that being said, speaking of juice capacity, in the original SubTank, if you were to screw in the rebuildable head instead of your pre-built coil heads, then you'd have to adjust the shaft, and I believe you had to do something with the top cap too. You had to take it all apart and mess with it. With this, on the Mini, you don't. You screw it in and it works fine. The original SubTank was marketed towards 6 mils of juice. That was with one of the pre-built, pre-packaged coil heads, like the 0.5 ohm coil. When you took that out and you put the rebuildable section in, it would jump down to 4.5, which I think is what the Mini has. I think that this is a great device. Actually, I know this is a great device. After 24 hours of using it, so far, I do have some cons, but right now the pros outweigh the cons, but I do have some cons that I'm going to get into on our full review, which I have planned for the next couple days. I just want to vape on this, find out anything else that's going to irk me, because I'm going to be honest with you guys. If something's pissing me off about a product, because I went out and spent money on this, people might think that, oh, he's going to give it a good review because he doesn't want to believe that he just wasted his money. No, if I wasted my money, I'm going to let as many people know as possible, so that way they don't do the same thing that I did. That's what a reviewer does. Anywho, as of right now, if a buddy were to ask me what a good tank would be, I've owned a couple tanks. I own the Orchid, and then the SubTank. I would definitely recommend the SubTank. I messed around with the rebuildable head last night, probably about 8 hours into my time using the SubTank, and messed around with the rebuildable section, which is claimed for its ease of use. I spent about an hour trying to put one coil in there. I made 3 coils, 2 of which didn't work. I think that was a little bit of a user operator error on my part, because all I had around the house was 22 gauge Kanthal, and it looked like it wasn't able to fit into the screw posts as well as it should. I got it to work, so it does fit 22 gauge. Would I recommend it? No, I'd recommend going either up to 24 or higher. But yeah, you can fit 22 gauge in here. I highly doubt anything lower than 22 is going to fit in here, but I did manage to get to 22 gauge in here, and it comes out to 0.3 ohms right now. It's a good device. I was running the pre-built coils yesterday, and I had a 60-40 blend, 60 VG, 40 PG, blend of juice, and it was having some issues keeping up after I was chain vaping for a while. So I made a new batch of juice, 50-50'd it, lowered the wattage a little bit, and it keeps up. I haven't had a dry hit since. So yeah, I think it's a great device. But you know, I'm gonna do a full in-depth review on my pros and cons later on within the next few days. I just wanna vape on it a little bit more, figure out if there's anything else or whatnot. So with that being said, let me get a toke real quick. That being said, I plan, what's today? Today's Tuesday. Hopefully Friday, Saturday, maybe even sometime in the next week, I want to have another review, full in-depth review up. What I'm going to do is we're going to break this down. I'm going to open it up. We're going to take a look inside. We're going to look at the rebuildable deck. I'm going to look at the prepackaged coils, figure it all out, and that way you guys can have all the information you need right there instead of just my first impressions in the 24 hours. So with that being said, you all have a great day. Make it how you want to make it, and I'll see you soon.